Hello, class 8 students. We have seen that when Julia offers the parting ring to Sylvia, Sylvia refuses it. Sylvia feels sorry for Julia. She gives a purse for Julia's sake, which Julia finds very comforting. And then we find that Valentine is attacked by the robbers, and when the robbers also come to hear about his condition, they also take pity on him, and they put a condition before him that Valentine had to be their chief or captain, and they would put themselves in the command of Valentine, else Valentine would not be able to mix, they would not spare the life of Valentine. Valentine did not care much about his life, and he agreed, but he also put a condition before them that they should not bring any harm to any women or poor passengers. Thus the noble Valentine became like Robin Hood, of whom we read in ballads, a captain of robbers and outlawed banditti, and in this situation he was found by Sylvia, and in this manner it came to pass. So Valentine became the captain of the robbers, and much like Robin Hood, as we read in ballads, and he he became he became their captain, and he was kind of a comforting figure for those who were attacked and who were captured by these robbers, but he never took part in any of this plunder and the wrong things, the wrong deeds that these robbers did. And when Valentine was in such a state, it was at that time that he came to meet Sylvia, and how we will read that. Sylvia, to avoid marriage with Thurio, whom her father insisted upon her no longer refusing, came at last to the resolution of following Valentine to Mantua, at which place she had heard her lover had taken refuge. But in this account she was misinformed, for she still lived in the forest among the robbers. So now Sylvia was decided to leave the palace, to escape from the palace. Why? Because the Duke kept on insisting that Sylvia should get married to Thurio, which we know previously, because the Duke always wanted that Sylvia should marry Thurio, but Sylvia never liked Thurio and she didn't want to marry Thurio. So to escape, means to avoid that, what she did was she decided that she was escape from the palace and go to Mantua, where she heard that Valentine had taken shelter. But as it said that she was misinformed, because Valentine had fallen into the hands of robbers, and he still lived in the forest with the robbers. Hearing the name of their captain, still lived in the forest among the robbers, hearing the name of their captain, but taking no part in the depredations. Depredations means the loot and the plunder, the attack, all these things. And using the authority with which they had imposed upon him in no other way than to compel them to show compassion to the travelers they robbed. As I said earlier, that Valentine did not accompany them in any of the wrong things that they did in attacking the passengers and robbing them. But what Valentine did was, whenever they captured, they robbed and they captured people, and they were brought before Valentine. Valentine was a comforting face for those terrified people in that way. So that was what Valentine did. Though he was addressed as a chief or captain by them, but he had no role to play in the attack and the plunder and the robbing that they did. Sylvia contrived means Sylvia planned to effect her escape from her father's palace in company of a worthy old gentleman whose name was Eglamour, whom she took along with her for a protection on the road. So what did Sylvia decide? Sylvia decided that she would escape from the palace. That she had already decided. But then how? So she took the help of an aged man whose name was Eglamour. And why did she take Eglamour? Because if anybody attacked her, then he would be able to protect her. So actually Sylvia took Eglamour for her protection. She had to pass through the forest where Valentine and the banditti dwelt. Banditti means the robbers. Dwelt, that is lived. And one of these robbers seized on Sylvia and would also have taken Eglamour, but he escaped. So when Sylvia was passing through this forest where Valentine lived, then these robbers also attacked Sylvia and took hold of her, and they also tried to they had also tried to capture Eglamour, but Eglamour was fast enough to escape. So it's rather very funny in the sense that Sylvia had actually taken Eglamour for her protection, but when it was actually needed, Eglamour, instead of saving Sylvia from the robbers, he escaped. We stop here today. We will do the rest of it in the next class. Thank you.